Well, good afternoon. Welcome back to Sidewinder Shed. It is Sunday. Don't have my glasses, but it looks like it's July 26th and 4:08 in the afternoon. And believe it or not, we're out in the shed. I got the fan going. I'm hoping that the wind isn't messing with anything. I hope you all can hear me. And I'm hoping I'm getting through. Normally, I don't have a good enough signal out here in the shed. And let's see. There we go. Oh, good Lord. I know I should have brought my glasses because I see you, Eric. I see you, Philip. And I can't tell. I can't read what you wrote. But anyway, um, good Lord. Yeah, this is terrible. It's awful getting old. Yeah, Philip, this was a last minute thing. Philip says, oh, crap. Now? Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I know this is a spur of the moment, last minute thing. All right, Eric. Yo, I can see you now when I put it up on the screen. Um, and honestly, the reason why I'm out here in the shed on the doing a live stream on the computer, because I was making some videos with the phone, and the phone died. My battery, I ran the battery dead, and yeah, I just didn't feel like bringing the charger outside to charge it up. So, so I just decided to hook up the computer and see if I could do a live stream out in the shed. This is kind of an experiment. There you go, Philip. How you doing,
Yep.
buddy?
Oh, I'm all right. What I wrote to you was, oh no, not now.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I got the NHRA drag racing had just started.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
So fortunately enough, I've also programmed it to record.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'll miss anything, but yeah, this whole day has been about because I just can't catch up with it enough. Hold on a second, all right?
All right, sir.
Did you see the TV?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Caught it a little bit. Yeah. Don't want to put too much on there because.
Well, I had to turn the phone away from myself because I had to cough, so I muted the mic and
Oh, I
coughed.
gotcha.
And I figured it'd be better that you see the TV than to watch me cough. And
I
so,
gotcha. Well, I saw your comments on my earlier videos. You know, I took the truck out and everything.
yeah,
And so this is what I've been working on. This is
yeah,
the fill tube, dipstick tube, and everything.
right,
You know, and what I got some JB Weld on it, and there was a big old hole in it from where a oh yeah, where that piece right there
right.
bolts
Because they
on.
tack weld them on.
Yeah, well this pulled. It shows better on the camera
Yeah,
video,
yeah,
but it pulled a big old chunk out. And
yeah,
what I have right now, believe it or not, it's covered. That's a little piece of tin foil covering the hole until the
right.
JB Weld sets up.
Yeah, that's up, right.
Yep, and then I'll put some more JB Weld on it. But I also, and I showed this on the video, I also cut out a little patch, and
Yeah, let's go over it.
yeah, I'll put over that, and that's a little bit stronger than just tinfoil. Not by much,
Right.
not by much, but it is a little stronger. And hold on a second. I think we got Eric on voice here. Um, there we go, Eric. You're on. You there?
I'm on voice.
Yep, you're on voice. No picture.
Simply voice. Yeah, because I was not ready for the picture.
I gotcha. Neither am I. Neither am I. But
Okay.
that's okay.
I have not tried to make the really good Norwegian impression. We have this rally driver in the VRC. I don't know how much of that you Americans have seen. He drove the Subaru factory team.
Okay.
He was he was so brilliant in English. The best Norwegian accent ever in English. It was like this. He ended every word like you do in Norwegian, and
Okay.
and he also had this statement. It's not the speed that kills. It's the fart or something. I don't remember. It's maybe more funny in Norwegian. If I could
Okay.
remember.
I want to say hi to Lyle. He popped in for a little bit. He said he couldn't stay long. Forest
Okay.
fires up there. Yeah, believe it or not, that damn smoke from Canada. He's up in Canada. Has been making its way down here to Virginia. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Eric. I'm sorry, buddy.
No problem. I just spoke.
But yeah, I mean, last Friday, last week, it was miserable. I was we're in the middle of the Atlantic, okay, as far as where we are on the east coast of the United States. So yeah, Canada is over 800 miles away.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I know you're down in Florida. You're even further away. Were you catching that smoke too?
No,
No, well, we were
no,
getting
it's
it pretty
too
hard. I
damn
mean,
far away.
yeah, it was hitting us pretty hard, man. It was nasty. So
What
I
we
can
have
only
to worry
imagine what
about
Lyle
here,
was going through.
what we have to worry about here is hurricanes, and that tropical storm that just came through was of concern,
Oh yeah,
you know. And
yeah.
so I was just kind of watching that real close because I've always been prepared for them in the past, but I'm just not in a position anymore to be able to be properly prepared for them. In fact, this was kind of a wake up call for me that with this, because we don't actually see these things for another month around here. So for this storm to come along a month early, like I said, was a wake up call for me to realize that I don't have enough fuel on hand. I don't have enough food on hand,
There you go,
you know.
Eric.
So yeah, it was kind of a wake up call, and I'm just not prepared for it, and I don't think I'll ever be prepared for it. If we ever got hit real good, I'd be pretty much screwed, you know.
Oh, I got you, buddy. I got you, man.
I'd be pretty much screwed.
Lyle though was saying that he's over on the left coast of Canada. He's not over on the right coast of Canada. So
Right.
he's closer to Pacific than the Atlantic.
Uh-huh.
So it probably I'll probably let him slide on that. Then I won't blame him for the fires and the smoke that much. So I'll let him slide. But hey, Eric, yeah, I'm sorry. I did not mean to cut you off, sir.
No problem.
And it's great to see your smiling face.
Thank you.
You're
Likewise.
welcome, sir. It's awesome. Awesome to have you here.
It's pretty small on the phone. I need to go like
I
this.
got you.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, and I'm afraid to move this computer to get better lighting because I'm afraid if I touch it, I'll lose my damn signal.
Right.
I think your lighting is pretty okay. Just
yeah, it is good because you can't see me. So yeah, that is awesome. You know, I got the perfect face for radio.
Yeah, right. I'll join on the computer, turn off the sound, and then I can see you. On my iPhone Mini 13, I can just see, 8 on my inch. How big you are.
I got you.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it all on my phone right now, and it's just going to have to work for me. That's all there is to that.
Yeah, there you go.
But
There you go.
yeah, I'm kicked back in my recliner chair, having a couple of drinks and watching drag racing. And here's the thing. I was watching all the qualifying because I had that on DVR recording, and I had it timed perfectly so that if I started watching my DVR at noon, that by the time I saw all the qualifying rounds, then the live production would come on at 3:00, and that goes from 3 to 6. So that means I would get to have 6 hours of drag racing, which you know how much of a drag racing nut I am.
Yes, sir.
You know, the 6 hours of kicking back in a recliner and watching drag racing on a Sunday is just my thing.
I got you.
So
I
6
I
hours?
didn't mean. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you on that. This is like I
yeah,
said.
yeah, screwed up my Sunday.
I know it's terrible, man. I apologize, but this was a spur of the moment thing, and
Yeah.
for whatever reason, the atmospheric and the internet gods are on my side right now because I'm getting a good signal. Although this is the first time that I brought the new computer out to the shed, so that might have something to do with it as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, picture's nice and clear. So
Well, that's
And-
a good thing because
Yeah.
if this is not a fluke, I would really rather do my broadcasts and my live streams and everything out in the shed.
yeah.
I really
Well,
would.
this is what that you said. You got your new computer out there with you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, see, it's obviously way better because it's been a couple of years. It's been like 4 years since you've been able to be out there broadcasting from your shed, right?
Yep, it has.
Yeah.
It has.
I,
And
I can remember. I can remember the last time. Last time was the first time we even met, and then
Yep.
you couldn't do it after that. You know, for
Yep.
some reason.
well, I ran into a problem. Like I said, behind me here again. I'm a little scared to do it, but that green door with the ladder in front of it.
Yeah.
That's the man room. When I built that room, I inadvertently made a Faraday cage. Once
Oh,
you get close to it and get in it,
you lose the
absolutely.
signal.
no signal, nothing at all from a phone, from
Yeah.
you lose your phone signal. I mean, it's nothing.
Right.
That's why I keep all my electronics, by the way,
Well, that's smart.
all my good stuff in there. It was
It's just,
purely accidental.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
purely accidental. But
It might have been accidental, but yeah, it'd be smart to put all your sensitive electronics in there because you just never know when you get an EMP.
right.
You know.
And we're not talking shit hit the fan type deal. We're just talking regular from the sun. You know, you
Yeah,
never
that.
know.
Or some jerk in the neighborhood that decides to start experimenting with microwaves. You know.
That would probably be me, by the way. But
Yeah.
yeah. I've been known to do stupid stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I would. Yeah. But at least I've got enough common sense to research it first. You know, I had this big, huge 8-foot diameter satellite dish. You know, and of
Well,
course it's got a focal point.
Yep.
You know, and of course the thought had occurred to me: what if I could put mirrors on that thing? You know what's going to happen?
Oh
It's
my
going to
God.
focus
Yeah.
the sun's rays
Yeah.
right through the focal point. And my thought was to put a bundle of just get like a whole cable full of fiber optic,
Yep. I got
put it
you.
right
I
at that
got you.
focal point, because what you can do is you can then string that out,
Yep.
and you put each
You have
little
to have your
fiber
lights.
optic is different, and you'd have this little sun ray. You know, you could use
Yeah.
literally, you could be piping into your house sunlight
Right.
through fiber optic, right? That was
Yeah.
my thought.
That's
Until I
pretty
saw a
cool.
video of a kid that had came up with the same thing, and he thought he would put the satellite dish inside of his father's shed, and there just happened to have been a little nail hole in the roof, and enough sunlight was able to come in and hit that dish with the mirrors on it set the damn shed on fire.
Oh no shit. No shit.
Price.
Hey, One-Eyed Cat is here too, and yeah, he says it's a little late for your Sunday morning lives. Yeah, I'm running a little bit behind. Yeah.
It's even late in Norway.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
it's even later. What is it?
Half
What
past
time
10.
is it in Norway?
10:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, it's only it's 3:30 here.
Yeah,
Which,
so it's 4:30 here, where I'm at. In the afternoon, 16:30 hours.
Yeah. And what is that GMT? That would be
Greenwich Mean Time.
11:30. 11:30 GMT.
I'm not
right?
sure.
Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah.
I don't know if it's one earlier hour or
You know,
later. I'm not sure.
ever
Eric,
since I got out of
I'm
the
on the-
military, I didn't have to worry about it, so I forgot
Yeah.
what the time difference
I'm
is.
on the same thing as Paris, not London. I don't know.
Right. All right. All right. So, Eric, you don't go
I
on
think it's like
GMT
this.
at all?
Not like this.
Right. So you don't go on GMT at all in your country?
I think it's GMT +1.
Okay.
-1.
GMT
plus minus something.
Actually, it'd be -1. Yeah.
-1.
GMT minus
And
one.
it's,
Right.
it changes 2 times a year because we got this summertime thing.
Right.
Oh my God, you guys do
Yeah.
daylight.
Don't get
saving.
us started.
Oh geez.
That is no, oh my god, because everyone does it. It's no problem.
Yeah.
No, it's a pain in my ass.
And see, I'm on the complete polar opposite of this whole thing. This daylight savings time,
yeah,
that's the artificial time. That's not the
Right.
real time.
right.
And I've got a sundial sitting out in my front yard that when it says 12 o'clock noon right now, it
Yeah.
isn't. It's
Yeah.
11 a.m.
I
At
gotcha.
12 o'clock high noon, when that sun is high noon, is showing the day clock is showing 1 p.m.
Yeah.
and it's not. And here's the argument. They want to go to daylight savings time and make it stay daylight savings time.
Personally, you know what, Philip? I don't give two shits. Just pick one and stay with it, or
And
cut it
stay with
right down, or cut it right down the middle.
Yeah.
A half hour, one way or the other, and just stay with
I-
it. One
Well,
of-
that's why I go.
Just
Here's the
if
thing.
you guys go ahead and talk. My daughter's here for a second. Here.
Okay,
What's up?
go ahead, Eric.
I think it's just it's no problem. The only thing I can imagine is the problem, which I have not been what should I say? I can't wait. Is that if you have kids that sleep in the daytime and stuff, that might be problems. But otherwise, if you start 1 hour later at work, 1 hour earlier,
Yeah,
what does it mean? If you, I mean, if you go to bed like normal people, it's no problem.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
I don't go to bed like normal people. You know, my day starts
Okay.
at 3 o'clock in the morning, 0300 hours.
and I don't count because I'm retired. It doesn't make a damn difference.
Well, I'll tell you what, an hour, you know, for most people, an hour difference, they're like, what's the big deal? All right, start getting your ass up at 2 o'clock in the morning when your body's used to getting up at 3.
Yeah,
Okay, and then try to switch back. I
Yeah.
mean, really,
Yeah.
you feel it. You feel it because,
I think we should just do away with the daylight savings time altogether and just live with it
yeah,
because that's the real time.
yeah.
I mean, noon is when the sun is at its highest point in the sky. That's when
I
noon
think-
is, not 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I kind of agree, but I don't know how many 100 years ago in Norway we had that exact time, and if you went from Oslo to Bergen, it was different times.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
well, you have different time zones. That's fine.
yeah, you're
that-
still going to have different
That
time
wasn't
zones.
time zones. It was different times if you.
Oh, they just
moved at all.
changed, had the clock set different. Now, you know what
Yeah.
made the standardized time uh, in the United States, believe it or not, when it got really set up,
It was a
was the
railroad.
railroads. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
railroads.
Of course.
So they would stop running into each other,
Yeah. They
on the
had to
same
standardize
tracks.
it.
Yeah. Well, dead serious. Um,
Yep.
now,
And that's why
it,
the Elgin Watch Company out of Elgin, Illinois,
yep,
was the timepiece that became the standard of time
yep.
for the United States Railroad, so that they could synchronize their rails.
And you
But
know, here,
they had to start dividing up into time zones.
yep,
So, but here's where I was going with that, is that's why I've already gotten used to going on GMT, because I'll tell you what, there are plenty of international flights and international trade that occurs, and all of those people are going on GMT.
yep,
And you're either GMT +1, +2, +3, or GMT -1, -2, -3.
yep,
And that's how the world actually trades right now, is on GMT. That's all.
At London.
Uh, yeah,
yep, yep,
yeah. Greenwich Mean Time.
yep. Yeah, that's the standard now.
That's the geographical dead center, as the international trades acknowledge. And you're either 12 hours east or 12 hours west of GMT.
Yep,
Just like the compass works. Like, for instance, where I'm at, I'm not that far from 90 degrees west
right.
of London. So that's why I'm 6 hours ahead. Well, actually, I'm 6 hours behind
Behind.
London.
Yeah.
And in fact,
And usually it's
speaking
ahead.
of geographical locations, there's only 2 points on the Earth that are what they consider the quarter marks. And one of them is in northern Wisconsin, where you're at 90 degrees west longitude, 45 degrees north, which is halfway of the northern hemisphere,
Yep,
and a quarter of the way around the Earth, or halfway around the hemisphere.
right.
And it's in a little place just outside of Wausau, Wisconsin, where they've got a land marker, and it's what they call the halfway point. But it's the halfway point of the northern hemisphere. It's halfway between east and west longitude, because
Yeah.
where are you at 90 degrees west? You're halfway to being the 180 degrees east.
180.
you
Yep,
see.
yep,
So, and you're also halfway between the equator and the North Pole. And the significance of this is the other 4 quarter points of the Earth either land in oceans where there is no landmark. The other one is like in Tajikistan or someplace near Russia,
gotcha. Yep,
which is way up in some nomad land of high mountains at, whatever, 13,000 feet or 23,000 feet,
yeah,
where it's just not possible to put another landmark. So that's the significance of this little spot in northern Wisconsin. It's the only marker on the planet, because the only other possible place is in the high mountains of Tajikistan, or in the Indian Ocean, or the South Pacific Ocean.
Now, it would be interesting to see and find out if there's any other ancient remnants or anything, following the ley lines, whatever you want to call them, and see if there's anything like that around there. That would be interesting to find out too.
Well, it would be. It would be. Other than to say that it's the geographical quarter point, or what they call halfway point. I call it the quarter point because it's 1 quarter of the way west longitude from GMT, and it's 1 quarter from North Pole to the South Pole. But they consider it halfway because of the hemispheres.
Gotcha.
You're halfway around one hemisphere going east to west, and you're halfway going from north to south of the northern hemisphere.
Well, guys,
Uh,
do me a
no,
favor.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this was just a spur of the moment thing, so I'm not really set up.
Yeah.
In other words, I need to go grab a beer, and
Yeah.
I've only
Grab
got
beer.
another 2 hours that I can have beer. Then I have to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That'd be so.
yeah, but anyway, it'll take me a couple minutes because I got to go out the shed, into the house, into the fridge, grab a beer. So y'all keep this going for me for a few minutes, would you?
Okay. Okay.
All right, I appreciate it.
Okay. Now,
I
now,
watch.
quickly, let's talk about him while he's gone.
I watch Derek Weiskip Garage. Do you watch him, Philip?
What's that?
Weiskip Garage. Derek.
I don't
Have
know
you seen
that.
him?
No.
Okay, he's on YouTube. Quite famous. 2 million followers or something. He visited the center of America.
Uh-huh.
But he said also that they're not exactly they don't agree. So there's several different
Yeah.
Central America.
Yeah. Well, that's just
I
it.
can't remember which state or which city it was, but I thought it was funny.
Well, there's a city in Oklahoma that claims to be the center, and then there's a city in Nebraska that claims to be the center.
Mm.
What is significant to the United States military is we have, from years past, is we have missile sites that are located in North and South Dakota that are deliberate because it's central in regards to East Coast and West Coast, where they can shoot over the North Pole and hit Russia.
Mhm.
You see, and that's the reason why they're where they're at, because that's the shortest distance outside of being in Alaska, and that's America's interest in Alaska.
Yeah.
So-
Well, anyway, I'm back, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, you weren't gone long enough. We didn't get a chance to talk about you.
No,
Oh.
that didn't take long.
I can leave again.
Yeah, go
No.
ahead, Lee.
Yeah. No, good Lord. I'll tell you what. No, if one question. I have that. You can see the big fan behind me. Is that hitting the mic at all? I mean, I have no
No.
feedback.
No. In fact, I
Oh.
can't even see the fan because I've got to be so zoomed in on the screen that all
Yeah.
I'm seeing is where it says live 2750 something.
Oh, okay. Well, if you could see where my finger is, the fan.
Yeah,
is
you're right on
Yeah.
the E on live.
Oh, okay.
If I watch the telephone, it's a smartphone. It's
Yeah.
right where Philip says live is 28
Yeah.
something, and
Okay.
if I watch the computer, I can see the fan.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you. No, I'm trying to check things out because if this damn computer will work out here in the shed like it seems to be,
Seems to be working just fine.
I will be doing the lives out in Sidewinder's shed
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah,
Sidewinder's
sounds logic.
back porch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or else
Well,
you have to
bigger.
change the name of the channel.
Yeah. Well, this was my original idea, was to be out here in the shed a whole lot.
I think
Yeah.
what it is you developed a habit because of that old laptop.
Yep.
And now you got this new one,
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that also means that'll kind of kick me in the butt to straighten up the shed a little bit more, so it looks a little bit more presentable. I'll get myself set up. Right now, the computer is sitting on my table saw, and I'm
It's good
sitting
as long as you don't start it.
I'm sitting in an old chair right now, but at least it's better than the break stool I was sitting on earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get this set up a little bit better and get the lighting set up so I'm not half in shadow.
It looks
You know.
okay. from
I
one
know, like I
perspective.
said, I'm getting the vibe here, Eric, that the less of me that you can see, you think I look better. So all right, I got you, buddy. Thank you for your support. Love you too, man.
Yeah.
But
No.
I do have to agree with you though, because this side of my face does look better than that side anyway.
Okay, you got a side. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, once.
you need some light behind your laptop so it'll light up your face.
Yeah. I actually do have one, and it's a very nice one. It's meant specifically
Okay.
for videos and everything,
Okay,
and
that's what I got.
I can see it.
But
I can see where it is, and the way the shed is right now, I can't get to it. It's
Right.
like it's only two arm
Exactly.
lengths away, but I can't get any closer to it right now.
my honest opinion, you don't need any more lighting. If you
No, I
pan
understand
to
what you're saying.
your right, I think everything on light is okay.
Yeah, I know. I understand exactly what you're
I
saying,
can
Eric.
tell.
Eric
I
is
think the
saying he'd
lighting in
rather
my house is
have my
is
whole
just
face
right.
here. Do I look better now, Eric?
No, I
Yeah.
thought if you rotate
Yeah.
to your right, if I interpret your if you're not mirrored, then it's your left. That's your
Yeah.
right, yeah. Then it's perfect.
This is my right hand.
Yeah,
This is my right. So yes, I'm looking at the video like a mirror.
yeah.
What I'm putting out is not mirrored. You know, when y'all watch it, I don't think it is
Yeah.
anyway. When y'all look at me,
If
I am
if you
raising my
sit
right
with
hand,
your
right?
fan right behind you, then you're in your shadow. But otherwise, it's okay.
All right, cool. Cool. Well, actually, no. I know when I watch some of these repeats, no, it's not like a lot of the oh my god, the phones like you have, Eric. Um,
Mm,
they a lot of them when they do the videos, they
yeah,
broadcast it as it's in mirrored. So you'll see
I know.
people in America, driving on the right hand side. Or if they're a passenger, they'll be sitting on the left hand side, videoing, and you're like, what fucking country are you in?
Yeah.
I'm in New York
It looks.
City. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, it's
Well,
weird.
mine.
When I watch mine and when I see you on it,
Yeah.
Philip, also,
Yeah.
yep, that's your right hand.
That's my right hand.
Yep.
See,
So
my
when,
my image is correct.
yep,
That's exactly what it looks like around here.
yep.
It's
And so
not
when
reversed.
right, and so when I raise my right hand, when
Yeah.
you guys are watching the video, you're looking at me, so
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
your left side.
Yeah.
A lot of
There,
these
there-
other
there's
videos,
one. There's one group of guys that I watch. In fact, they were broadcasting live over the weekend because they were working on a car, and you could see the banners in the garage.
all
And your
backwards.
first clue is like everything was backwards,
Yep.
so you knew that was projecting
God.
that wrong image. But that's
Yep.
just it. See, this side of the phone is this side of the phone, and that's this hand. So it's
Yep.
correct.
Well,
It's like my phone doesn't project a mirror image.
right,
My phone
exactly.
corrects the mirror image so that you see it just as it really is.
Yeah. When I'm looking at
silence,
myself.
everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Silence. Listen.
Ah, nice hiss. Do y'all watch? Do y'all watch? Oh my god! I just had a brain fart.
That's one sound you never want to hear in church.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
the
not that often
gentleman,
in church, so that's no problem.
the gentleman that does all the MRE thing, MRE Steve, 1969 or something like that. Do y'all ever watch him?
No, I've never heard of him.
I don't think so.
Oh my God, you've got to check it out. He's been on for years now. Actually, almost a decade, I do believe. He's been on, and if you're interested in military
The
style
letters
food,
MRE.
yeah, MRE.
Yeah, I see
Steve,
it.
yeah. Oh my God, the guy is very intelligent, very smart, and I will tell you what, he just loves all the MREs from every country. I don't have my glasses, but I think that is correct, Eric.
Mm.
It was hard for me to see. That's one of the things I should have got when I went inside. But
Australian?
Yeah, I'm going to set you guys down for a minute. Let me go to the toilet.
alrighty.
Oh, USA.
Anyway, MRE Steve, 1969.
89.
Very, 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 very entertaining and very good. He's almost like a MRE food critic. And
What is MRE?
meals
Military
ready
Relations
to
Entertainment?
eat. They're military meals. Okay,
Okay.
that the people bring out, the soldiers
Yeah,
bring out
yeah,
in the
okay.
field.
Rations. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, rations basically. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Yep.
even got someone here from I don't know, Second World War or something.
Well, I mean, all
Not open.
militaries use some form of an MRE now. You know, all the famous
Oh,
ones. Everybody knows
Scheiße.
what the C rats were, what the K rats were. You know, K rations, C rations, and everything.
Okay.
And
What?
yeah, he gets a hold of some wild stuff from all over the world.
What is that called? In Norway, we call it hermetics. Something?
Oh, hermetic, yes, hermetically sealed stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But
and
in Norway we have this I wanted to go fetch it. We have this for travel food. You only
yeah,
need to find water or carry water, boil it, and put it in the bag. It's both, I think, uh, freeze dried. I don't know what it's called in
yep,
English.
yeah, freeze dried. Yeah,
And hermetic at the same time.
yep,
So it weighs basically nothing.
right, right.
One moment, I think I got it right here actually.
Okay, all right, cool, cool. You know, again, hardly ever do we ever talk anything. How I met this group and everything, you know, hot rodding and cars and everything. Very rarely do we ever discuss anything like that on my live streams. But yeah, yes, sir, stuff like that. That's you know, we're off on another tangent, another topic. We're talking about MREs
Yeah, I know. I
and
was listening. I
freeze
can hear
dried
you.
food, dehydrated
It's
food, all
it says
sorts of good stuff.
122 grams,
Yep,
and the finished product is 500 grams.
I got you. Oh my God, there's the
Mhm.
cat.
Yeah, that's my little girl, Kitty.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I saw. Hey, I saw your video of the white cat.
Yeah, the white one.
Yep, coming through the yard there, the
Yeah,
alligator or the
he gets to
crocodile
the point to
hunter.
where
Yeah,
he takes off for a few days and then you don't see him. So, you know, when you see him come walking down the road, you know, it's kind of like you got to kind of come up with a theme song for that, you know.
I got you. I got
And
you.
with us being in the deep south and gator country,
Right.
you know,
Is this are they sterilized or non?
no, no,
No.
no, I
Okay.
keep them as wild as they can be because out here in the deep south and the backwoods, they're going to need their claws. They're going to need everything that Mother Nature gave them.
Oh yeah.
Because you just never know. They might have to go off and live on their own. You
I
know?
had this male cat 10, 15 years ago, and they said that the male sterilized cats was the ones that were closest to the house. I have no
they
idea.
have a tendency to once you get them neutered or
Yeah,
spayed,
they don't wander.
they don't wander a whole lot. But I'll tell you what, I got you know, I got two cats, two dogs, and the male cat, he's my buddy Salem, black and white cat, and he's a decent sized cat too. And the girl cat, which is S'mores, she's a calico, a gray, black and gray calico cat. I live in a bird sanctuary. Okay, this whole
Uh-huh.
area is a bird. That's why they won't let me have a windmill or anything, to help with electricity. I live by the airport.
Have you
On
looked for
two
a
of their
windmill?
yeah on two of their approach patterns, so they won't let me have friggin' solar panels because they
Yeah.
say the.
Ah,
All right. Anyway, it's a bunch of bullshit. They're just doing it because
Well, I'll
yeah,
tell you what. Let me
the electric
interject here for
company
just
wants
a
the money.
second. Uh, the solar farms,
Yep.
they won't permit them in this county because one, 50% of this county is Eglin Air Force Base Reservation.
Yep.
And as a matter of fact, the next county over is also Air Force Base Reservation. And then the next county after that, there's also a Navy air
Oh, okay.
uh,
Right.
reservation. And with that being said, we have one little tiny uh, solar panel farm, and it might take up 100 acres of this whole area because, and that's exactly the concern. It's fine. The government wants to support all these solar farms unless they're close to a air military base. Then they
Right.
don't want them.
Yep.
You see, because they're concerned with it interfering with their flight traffic.
Right. Yep.
Now, the hell with the damn civilian flight traffic. They're not concerned about that. They're concerned about their military flight traffic. So you see the double-edged sword there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got you. Now here
Yeah.
where I'm at.
They don't give a
Uh,
damn. As a matter of fact, with these data centers, and
oh
this is not
Jesus.
trying to get into a political thing
Right.
or anything. I'm not going
you're
to.
already in it.
But uh, the obvious concerns, just like a decade ago with this fracking thing,
Yep. Yep.
you
Yep.
know, this is another issue that the ones that are in place already, they use so much power, it puts such a load on the power grid that the power producers have to come up with other ways of generating that energy, and that comes at a cost. And it seems that the other customers who are on that grid are essentially supplementing the
Right.
cost of these data centers.
Yep.
You see, in other words, your electric bill is going up because they decided to put a data center in your area. And here's the thing about the data centers: they're not generating jobs. They're temporary jobs in constructing the damn things.
Yep.
But once they're up and running, you got a skeleton crew. You got like 12 people,
Yep.
and running the whole damn thing. So it's not like it's generating jobs, And what is the purpose of these things other than to mine data,
Right.
which is only valuable to the upper 0.5%,
Yep.
you see? But they are the people that are in the positions of power and authority because they got the money to be able to do it.
Right.
So, and with that being said, these three counties here, the first one that was targeted was the most densely populated county here, and that being the county where Pensacola, Florida is at. And Pensacola is already, the county has already decided that they don't want any data centers in their county. And Santa Rosa County, which is the neighboring county, will follow suit, and then Okaloosa County, which they'll follow suit, and it'll just spread all the way across, and I think that's a good thing.
Yep. Well, I will tell you what. Two things, Philip. One, Virginia's having its own problems with the data centers and everything, and it's not only the electricity usage as well. But anyway, let's leave that set for right now. And like I most of the time in live streams, I don't really get into the car part or anything. But there is something here that I've been wanting to say, and I was going to make some
Okay.
other videos about it, and I probably still will.
Okay.
And it's the younger generation. You know, Philip, you and I are old farts. We're used to the old cars, the analog vehicles, you know, the carburetors, points, ignitions, all that good stuff. And what I've found, you know, recently, there is a trend for younger people, and not so much millennials that I can see, but their kids and their grandkids now, you know, they're starting to get into the vehicles that you and I grew up with.
Yeah.
And everything. They don't want anything new. They want it to be at least 20 years old,
Well,
which
that's 'cause
you and I
Yeah.
still consider
That's
it
'cause
new. But
Yeah, they're smart, and
yeah,
they realize that first of all, the cars that you and I grew up with working on, you can make parts out of a junk pile.
yeah,
You know, you don't have to rely upon electronic engineers and computer designers, and you don't need to be hacking anything. You don't need a. That's just it. Here's the thing: the kind of cars that you and I worked on. Remember when we spoke of an EMP earlier? Well, I'll tell you what. You take a '72 Chevy Nova. All right. You get an EMP, all you got to do is replace the coil, the ignition coil, and you're
Yep.
back in business.
yep.
You don't wipe out the whole car's electronics.
Now you might need
You know
some
what?
work on your
Yeah.
alternator and starter too, but
Yeah. As a matter of
it's the
fact,
damn thing to run.
here's where I've got a problem, and it's being led by the European automotive industry.
Ah,
They're the
European?
leading edge of technology, and America's playing catch up, just trying to catch up, but they're dragging their ass because the American automobile companies don't want to go that way. But
Yep.
they find themselves being dragged along, and Ford is one of them. Ford is making vehicles that just can't be serviced, and the service technicians know it, so they're leaving the Ford
Yep.
dealerships. Ford can't find technicians. They're willing to offer to pay technicians $120,000 a year to
I
work
take it.
on Ford cars, and they still can't attract the guys. And why?
Yeah.
Because you got to be so highly skilled, highly trained, and so specialized in tools that it's going to cost you $60,000 of the $120,000 you're making just to be in the business.
Oh my
And
God!
then you're not going to make the money.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll cost you more than that
Oh yeah,
because it'll cost you. Look, back in the '80s, okay, when I was a mechanic, I had $30,000 that I spent on tools. That was back in the '80s. That's 40 fucking years ago. And these are just hand tools and, you know, some air tools and stuff like that.
right.
$30,000. Okay. I can't imagine 40 years later what that same set of tools right behind me. Can you see that toolbox?
Yeah.
Right behind me. And half of them are gone, you know, over the years and everything. I got robbed one time too. Half of them are gone, but I still definitely, in today's money, have at least $80,000 worth of tools.
Yeah, you got
that I
it tied up
spent-
in it.
Yeah, that I spent $30,000 on.
Now
Okay.
let me sit on that whole parade for just a second,
Okay.
because here's the thing. I've got you've seen the videos of my Husqvarna
yes.
lawnmower.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yes, I know.
There can be an EMP, and maybe my Corvette won't run. Maybe my GMC truck won't run.
Yep.
Maybe my 98 Grand Prix won't run. But that Husqvarna, it'll run. Why? Because it's still electronics.
Yep.
It's got a magneto system. You can't knock
Right.
that out
Right.
unless you can demagnetize a magnet and a coil.
Demagnetized.
You know, that's the only thing that makes it run is a magnet on the flywheel.
Yep.
Unless you demagnetize the magnet, you know, the damn thing's going to run. And that's the thing. Every old Ford Model T it will still be running down the road. You see all these guys that's got barns full of old Model T's still in mint condition. They'll
Oh,
still run.
Yep.
That'll be the main mode of transportation when all this
Yep.
electronics goes haywire. So, but
Um,
listen, I've got to cut it short here. I need to get off of here because
all right, buddy.
I've got my TV on pause and
Yep.
it's already going on an hour now. It's
I
going to come
gotcha.
on and it's going to make a noise and it's just going to be interfering with what we got going on here. So I'm going to
All
have to
right,
let
buddy.
you guys go. All right.
Hey, man, it was great having you again. You know that. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to force you to come on this time. This was just
Yeah,
a
you
spur of
did.
the moment thing.
Good to see you, Philip.
But
Hey,
all right,
Eric,
Philip,
take care of yourself.
you take care.
Mark, we'll see you guys. All right.
Yep, next weekend I'm gonna try and do the live out here in the morning, my
Mm.
regular time.
Well,
We'll
I
see how it works.
got a thing. I got a notice this morning that he was going to be coming on this morning. So I clicked on the link that gives me the notification,
Yep.
but you didn't make it. So, but I understand how that goes. You know. So,
I was planning, but
so,
you know, with the wife being sick and stuff,
yeah,
stuff
sure.
came up. Stuff came up,
Okay.
and I couldn't get on.
Okay. Well, we'll see you guys later. All right.
All right, buddy. You take care.
All right. Bye.
All right, Eric.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I'll turn
Eric,
it back.
Eric, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you, sir?
No sound. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did I turn on the sound?
It's got to be on your end. I can hear you fine.
Off? On? Video? Off? On? Hello?
All right. Hello. Can you hear me?
Let me turn on the speakers.
Yeah. Oh, what are you on the computer now?
Hello, hello. Hello.
You, I can hear. I can
Hello?
hear you.
Hello, hello.
It's got to be, I'm hoping it's on your end. Anybody out there listening? Can you all hear me? I can hear Eric fine. Just throw up in the,
Yeah,
put it down in the comments if I'm still coming through. I want to make
I
sure.
hear you on the
it's me.
speaker from the computer.
All right. Because I can hear you fine,
It's
Eric.
a little bit delayed though, so I turn it off. I can do this.
All right. How about? Oh, yep. There you go. You disappeared. Damn. I liked it better when I couldn't see myself. But no. Anyway, what I was trying to get to with Philip and everything, and Eric, I asked you your age because, like I said, I've been running into a lot of the younger generation that's getting into working on these older vehicles, and that's what they want. And they're understanding, like Philip said, they're understanding that, especially in American culture, your car was your freedom, and nowadays you have cameras in it. You have somebody else sitting in a office. Can you hear me now, Eric?
I hear you.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, what I was saying is, a lot of
My-
the younger generations are getting into the older vehicles. You know,
Yeah.
vehicles I grew up with that I don't think anything about. I know what their problems are. I know how finicky they were, how you have to tinker with them and everything. But in especially, like I was saying, in American culture, your car was your freedom.
Yeah, of course. Here also.
You still there, sir?
I'm here.
Okay. Well, mine was cutting out. I lost everything for a second. And it's funny because every time I start talking about this, I lose the signal.
Mhm.
But anyway, that might be coincidence. It might not. My point is two things. And especially on a lot of the online forums and everything I'm on, and I'm kind of guilty of it myself. We have a lot of these kids coming out that are trying their best to get their grandfathers, people my age, that left them a vehicle, get them running, getting them going, and
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I really do, and I truly forget that they weren't brought up dealing with this old stuff on an
Oh,
everyday
of course.
basis, and so they're learning. And
Mm.
I've already encountered, a lot of the mechanical guys, and especially a lot of people my age, find this hilarious. They don't know the difference between throttle body and a carburetor. I've had so many people,
Mm.
online. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with their carburetor, and they'll show a picture of it, and it's kind of like that's not a carburetor. That's a throttle body ignition or a throttle body
Yeah,
fuel
like
system.
a GMTBI.
Yeah, well, even Dodge. Here, give me one
Yeah.
second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
What I'll see, they're having trouble with it. They're trying to figure it out, and they're either looking for, how do you adjust this thing or whatever,
Mm.
and they'll send me a picture of this. This is not a carburetor. This is a TBI, throttle body
Mm.
injection system.
Mm.
These two black things right up here, those are your injectors.
Mm.
And yeah, they're electronically controlled as well, because
Yep.
I've also had that argument. Well, it's not TBI, it's EFI. Well, okay,
No.
two things. They're all EFI because this is electronic fuel injection itself. It just happens to
Mm.
have the throttle bodies or the injectors in the throttle body. This, even though it has two injectors, this is considered a single port fuel injection system because it has
Mm.
one opening. What you're describing, what these other people are describing, are a multi port. They have 6, 8, 4, whatever, separate injectors
Yeah.
right before the intake valve
Yep.
somewhere, either usually on the intake manifold somewhere
Yep.
right before that. But my point being is, a lot of the older guys like myself, we look at
I
them,
don't know if
and
you
and
watched
they're
the
like,
comments.
yeah, in the comments I've seen it. It's like, look,
No, no, not right
the
now.
the guy is 18, 19 years old. He's trying to learn, and thanks to COVID, a lot of the guys that knew what was going on aren't here anymore. Um,
No.
and it's just, what do you expect? He's turning to what he knows. He grew up with the internet, or
Yeah.
she. There's a lot of them are women too. They grew up with the internet, so they're looking for information. That this is not the time, to make them feel like idiots. It's they're not stupid. They just lack the knowledge. They're ignorant,
Of course, of course. Yeah.
and they have to learn somehow.
I
But
watch on Facebook. Yeah, I join several groups I don't really follow. I just occasionally see them in my feed. And there was this guy. I had a lot of this rare Ford Sierra. It's like the Mercury XR4 Ti for you.
okay,
And the guy made a video on Facebook asking what is the problem. He had changed the engine in it, and even with a cellular phone while he was driving, I could see that everything in that car was shaking violently,
oh God, yeah.
and he increased the speed because he needed to show his problem on the phone. Yeah.
Well,
Only I'm not that old. fairly old anyway, born in '83, and I thought, okay, if you feel the cart shaking too much, you probably need to stop. No, he increased the speed to to make a better video.
Oh, years ago, um, this is before cell phones were common.
Mm,
Okay, back in the early '90s, I was at a friend of mine I grew up with. His father owned a shop. One of his customers had a satellite phone. Okay,
mhm,
and he calls up and he goes, "Hey, my car is making a weird noise." Okay. And it's like,
mhm.
well, what kind of noise is it making? He goes, well, listen to it as I'm driving. And all you heard was boom, 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 boom. And it came through on it on the phone really good. And he held
Mhm.
it there for about 2 minutes. It was a rod knock in the
Okay.
engine. Okay. And we're all screaming, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off,
Yeah.
turn it off.
Yeah.
And he brings the phone back to his head, and he's like, did you hear it? And he still hears all of us hollering at, turn it off right now, pull over,
Oh, yeah.
turn it off. He's like, oh, so it's bad? I'm like, yes, it's bad. That is a rod knock, very obvious rod knock. If you keep
Mhm,
going, that rod is going to end up on the ground with all your oil. Pull over,
mhm,
get a tow truck, bring it to shop.
mhm,
And that's what my buddy's father had told him. He said, whatever you do, he said, just stop it right now. He
mhm,
said, or you're going to be dead on the side of the road. He said, you have a satellite phone. He said, go ahead and call a wrecker. He
mhm,
said, bring it to shop. He said, and he did. We had, fortunately, to be honest with you, as bad as it sounded, it did not do a whole lot of damage. They had caught it in time. He did not need a engine replacement.
Okay.
Uh, just bottom end, and my friend was able to fix it. But yeah, I thought that was funny because I was a teenager at the time. I was actually in high school in automotive in a trade school, what they call here vocational school,
mhm,
and immediately me and my friend were in the same class, same age and everything. And we looked at each other and said, "That's a rod knock. That is definitely a rod knock." And yeah, and his dad was there, and it was funny. We were just all screaming at him over the phone, turn it off, stop right now." And he kept it going. He didn't. He had the phone
mhm,
hanging out the window or on the dash or something like that where we could hear it, and we're all screaming. He couldn't hear us.
mhm.
But yeah, it was that was funny. And I mean, uh, people just don't know. A lot of
No.
a lot of times they just don't know, and it doesn't make them stupid. It just means they're ignorant about that part. Yeah, and
Yeah.
ignorance has gotten a bad reputation. They use that word the wrong way. Ignorance just means a lack of knowledge. Doesn't mean your
Yeah.
attitude. Doesn't mean you're
I
stupid. It's just a
I
lack
ag- I
of
agree
knowledge.
on like a fair part of it, but the thing I react to is that I think that that there's less mechanical. Uh, I heard a term of it actually. Mechanical sympathy or something.
Yeah,
They lack. Yeah, if to turn it the other way, if I changed the engine in a car and I was feeling violent vibrations from the start when I'm driving out of the garage, I would probably stop and push it back.
yeah.
But nowadays, they don't have that sense or
No,
feeling or whatever. So they go on and driving 30, 50
they
miles
they
an hour.
don't have the mechanical aptitude.
No.
And honestly, that's part of the thing that I'm really impressed with a lot of the younger generation.
And also, they don't think that their mindset is not to find out what's wrong
Right.
themselves. The thing is to post on Facebook
Yep.
what could be wrong.
Yep.
Mm.
And well, that's the way they grew up. That's what they know. You know,
Mm.
that's um their reset setting, their base setting. You go from what you know. When I was growing up and everything, yeah, you know, I'm old enough. Yeah, I remember the old cars, and not coming from a rich family, I remember the old used cars,
Mm.
and just basically, if you want to call it through osmosis, basically just being in the vehicle when it felt funny, you know, when it started to rumble or make a weird noise or something like that, just by being in the same place as my father or my older brothers. You know, I'm the youngest out of 16. All my older siblings,
16?
yeah, 8
Oh my
boys,
god.
8 girls, and all
Frozen.
my older brothers and sisters are all boomers. All right, and
My grandpa was one of I think 11 or 12. I thought that was much.
oh yeah, no, my folks wanted wanted to have a be able to field a full baseball team with
Yeah.
people in reserve. But
Not
anyway,
religious.
yeah, of course they were because I
Okay.
could hear my dad and my mom both, even as a kid. Remember going, "Oh God, not another one!" As my mom was pregnant. So yeah, they were religious. Yeah,
Okay.
but but you got to understand too, New England, and this is back in BC, before cable,
Okay.
before cable television.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we were all born before in the
I've been
BC.
wondering about that that letters. What does it stand for? Okay, before
Yeah,
cable.
before cable. Yes. We were
Genius.
all born BC, in the
Yeah, I
BC
see.
era, and
Mm.
we had long cold winters
Mm.
up in New England. That's why most of us were born in the spring or summer.
Mm.
Okay, about 9 months after the weather turned cold,
Yep,
my mom would pop out a kid.
I see.
I think the last three, she was on her way to work, and she, of course, she had to walk to work barefoot uphill both ways. And I
Okay.
think, one of us just kept popping out, and she's like, "Oh shit, what was that? Oh damn, it's another one. All right, come with me. We're going to work. I'll feed you later."
You should write a book.
I've had a lot of people tell me that. I do have an uncle. He's gone now. That wrote a
Okay.
book about growing up in Maine in the 1930s, pre World War II, and everything.
Mm. Mm.
And yeah, he did mention a few stories about what my father, who his older brother, was his older brother, and everything about my father. Well, his two older brothers. My father came from a family of 8 as well.
Okay.
Um, so it's a decent sized family. But yeah, in that book, and I wish I could find it. I do have a hard copy of it somewhere stashed away. I hope it didn't burn down when my house burnt down years ago.
Okay. Mm.
But I do believe I have it. And his name was Paul Morrow, is what he wrote the book under. And I don't even know how he spelled the name, if it was Moroe, Morrow. I don't know. That was his pen name.
Mm.
And oh my God, it is full of a whole lot of good stories my dad told me when I was growing up, and I didn't think about it. I'm used to. I'm listening to
Mm.
the old man tell me stories. About the time he was him and his cousin were making malt liquor in the one-room schoolhouse. Um, and one day during class, all the seals on the old mason jars let go, and the clamps on them were rusty, and so it started blowing the tops off of it, and blew the shingles off the schoolhouse, and all the beer came down in the middle of the school day and soaked everyone. Um, and about stories about how my dad and his brother, his other brother, had a old World War One Jenny biplane that was on floats, and during Prohibition, this was all done during Prohibition. They used to run up to Canada because they only lived 32 miles away from Canada.
Mhm.
Canada didn't have Prohibition, which was, couldn't have any alcohol. Did run up to Canada and fill the floats of that plane with 100% pure Canadian whiskey. Fly it back, and there'd be people waiting there to pump it out, and they'd do that twice a day.
Oh, interesting.
There's a lot of stories that my uncle wrote about. They are in that book, and I
Hmm.
got a kick out of it because I'm like, oh my god, these are stories I grew up with. My dad was telling me all these stories and
Hmm.
everything, and the the part I like is that there are two perspectives. There's my
Mhm.
dad's perspective of what he felt, what happened, and everything, because he was right there. And then there was somebody outside, even though it's his brother. His brother never participated in any of this stuff, my Uncle Paul, but he would put down his perspective and the local town folks, perspective about what
Hmm.
my dad was doing and everything. And it just, to put the two together, you kind of get the real truth of what was going
Yeah.
on. You know what I mean? And it's wild.
The- it's not relevant at all, but just for humor, there's a local scrapyard next to, not next to, but close to my job. And the guy who used to run it, he's, I don't know, he's probably in his 80s,
Yeah.
close to 90s now. And the story goes that if you heard half of his stories, the, it's right. It's
Yeah. Yep.
actual. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Believe believe half of what you hear and none of what you see.
Yeah. He's he's a cool guy. As I say, he's in his 80s at least, and
Yep.
he's still driving around buying new scrap and pulling trailers and yeah, new cars and everything. Yeah, he just don't stop.
It's funny. I'm only 60. I just turned
Mm,
60
mm,
Sunday on the 12th. Um, and I don't think, honestly, I don't think I've done anything great or amazing in my life, but to tell the stories about my childhood growing up, and some of the things I did now back then, 50 years ago, 45 to 50 years ago, even when I
mm,
was in my 20s,
mm.
I get a lot of people that are now interested because they compare, the things that I could get away with and I just took for granted. And I'm like, I'm not the only one. This is what me and all my friends
Mm,
and all the people I grew up with did. And that wasn't
mm,
spectacular. All right. You ought to hear the stories about my father and what he did back in the 20s and 30s,
mm,
and because he was born in 1914. All right. My dad would be 100 and, 100 and this is 2026.
well,
So yeah, he'd be 112 years old right
mm,
now.
mm,
Um, and so yeah, I'm going back, and some of the stories that he told me, I'm thinking, oh my God, that happened 95 years ago, 90, almost
mm,
100
mm,
years ago.
mm.
And it's just amazing how much um, our society has changed in
Yeah,
those just that
absolutely.
short 100 years.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
I was debating with myself whether to video it or not. I was visiting a couple of museums in our capital, Oslo, but funny enough, it's mostly about my town, actually,
Yeah,
small little town, because the people who were, came from here, actually.
Eric,
Anyway,
let me, that
uh,
would be perfect, Eric.
yeah, but I didn't record it because it was too much.
I
It
got you.
was too much for myself.
Yeah,
I need 3 days to make a video. And I thought the same. I think I thought the same thing as you kind of went into here. That what the people went through back in the
right.
days. It was about. I should really remember. Um, oh, and they explore the North Pole mainly. I think maybe South Pole as well. I don't remember. With a big ship that was
Yep.
built with this. His name was Colin Archer, and it was the name is from England, Great Britain, but he grew up here in my city.
Now you
So
see,
they went. So they went for expeditions in the North Pole, and they had a lot of back then fancy tools and machines and yeah, incredible.
oh my God, yeah. You know,
And the thing, the ice and ship, they don't play along. So the
no,
ice
no.
just lifted the ship, and they didn't know how long they were stuck there, because
Yep.
the ship was farther up than they ever could believe. So
My
they
God,
have to just stay there on the North Pole until the ice decided to let them go.
Eric, that
Yeah.
is a major story, and you met somebody that knew about that and everything. I mean,
Uh,
that's a great video. Yeah, the people in your town, trust me, I know this. I'm one of them. You know, you took all that stuff for granted. It was just like, yeah, well, that was cool, but hey, you survived or you didn't, whatever. That was the way we did it. Okay. My dad, when I was very young, and I did tell this story on one of my videos.
mm,
Um, there was a big wreck down here in Virginia. All right. Now I'm from Massachusetts, 600 miles away. My
mm,
dad worked on the railroad. Okay.
okay.
And my dad liked to drink too. And one of the bars we went to, it was called the Knights of Columbus. It's a club, and I used to be able to go back in there. Now you can't do that nowadays, but back when I was a kid, back in the 70s, 1970s,
Mhm,
they had no problem. You know, kid comes in, and
mm,
they thought it was kind of cool. They'd give me a burger and a Coke or whatever, But I went in there one time with my dad and a bunch of his railroad buddies, and
mm,
saw an old man. He's sitting at the table and he's talking everything. My dad goes, "Hey, I want you to meet this guy." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "This man right here." He said his father was the engineer on one of the biggest wrecks that there ever was. He said, and matter of fact, about this story. He said because my dad loved listening to Johnny Cash. Now the song had been done before, but it's called the wreck of the wreck of the '97, I think. The wreck of '90.
yeah.
God, I can't even think about it right now. But he said this is the engineer's son. He said, and he
Uh,
can tell you the true story on what happened. And the basic rundown was that the train lost its brakes coming down a hill down here in Virginia, in right around Danville area, and almost everyone on the train was killed. And they were just running mail, and they were behind schedule, so they're trying to pick up some speed, and get everything there on time. What the song doesn't tell was that there were no passengers on that train. They were all railroad workers, okay, and federal mail workers. And the man lost the brakes coming down the hill, okay. Now at the bottom of the hill, there's a curve. They knew they could make the first curve, and there's a trestle bridge with another curve on it. After they got through that, there was another very sharp curve. Underneath that curve, because it was set up high, was a town, and they went right by the church and right by. Yeah, I know this sounds so blasé, but church and school. And the time they were going through there, the church was empty, but the kids would have been in school. So what the engineer did, they had brakemen and everything. They got up on top of the train. All right, and they started turning the handbrakes to slow it down. And he said, this ain't going to work. We're not going to slow down in time. We'll make it through the first two curves and across the bridge, but we're going to lose it on that last curve, and the train is going to derail. We have a 30-foot drop. It's going to land on the schoolhouse and a bunch of other houses around. It's going to kill a lot of people. And so what he sent the firemen back to spread the word, let off the brakes, turn the brakes off. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go off the tracks, either on the first curve or on the trestle bridge. We're not going to go off the tracks over the schoolhouse and over the town. And to a man, the ones that survived, to a man, they all agreed with that. They released the brakes, and he had his firemen pour as much coal into that engine as he could to pick up speed to make sure they went off the tracks before they hit the town. And they did. They went off a 50-foot drop on that trestle bridge. Those that could jump off and everything did. But anyway, that was the story I was told by his son. And I think, it's them stories right there. I mean, even right now, that was something that hit me hard as a kid. Hits me harder now as an adult.
Yeah. It was it kind of it's the same thing as I felt when walking through that museum, that the reality was different back then. But of course they didn't want to die after all, but the braveness was just on another level.
Yeah. To care that much about people you don't know.
Yeah, and in the case I was thinking about with this chip and the research and not church research
right.
they did for the future. They went through it.
Yeah, the sacrifice our forefathers or the other generation went through. I mean, I'm sure. Knowing my dad too, a lot of people, they bitched and moaned about everyday life, and what they were going through. But when it came down to, do I save myself, or try to save myself, or do I save 10 other innocent people that have nothing to do with what's going on right now? They would make that choice in a heartbeat to save the other people.
Yep.
Being a truck driver, I've seen that as well. I've seen many a truck driver hit the ditch and take a chance of getting themselves killed, and some did. Instead of wiping out a car full of kids or a
Mm-mm.
family or something else. You
Mm.
know, one life for 10. Um, that's that's always been the
Absolutely.
trucker's creed. You know, I'll
Uh,
hit the tree instead of the car that stopped in front of me because there's a
yep.
family in it.
Yeah. I listened to or to put it on another way. One of my favorite podcasts is with a guy. It's a famous name and a famous laughter in Norway, but he's made and he says it himself that is the greatest thing he's ever done is making a podcast about trucks and the trucker life in Norway.
Yeah.
As yeah, sure. And and there's some heavy stories about people, um, or should I say, truck drivers, just doing their job. And there's this, at least around here. I don't know if it's normal in America as well, but I think it's common in north or of Europe at least. That some suicidal people just
Oh,
want
good lord. Yes.
to end it, and
Yep.
they talk about eye contact and everything. It's just devastating to hear about.
Yep.
I don't know how the trend, I need to call it a trend over there,
Oh,
or how common it is.
it definitely happens a lot.
Yeah.
Um, in the United States too. Yeah, it's over here. You've heard a lot of makes the news more. You know, suicide by cop. You know, you get a guy that wants to end his life, but he can't pull the trigger, so he'll attack a cop or something, and they'll shoot him.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
That's
you
not so
have
common here, but
yeah. Well, you have people who do the same damn thing. They'll take a car or a motorcycle or any vehicle like that,
mm,
and they'll intentionally crash into a truck or have a truck hit them.
yep,
And it's
yep.
suicide by truck. It does happen. It happens a whole lot.
Mm,
And yeah, it's devastating um, for everyone involved. The the person that literally committed suicide, he don't have to worry about it.
no.
But his family and the driver, the truck driver,
Yeah. Yep.
I know 3 truck drivers that ran into that situation personally.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, it is terrible what it did to them psychologically and emotionally. It
Yep.
just it is a terrible thing, and the biggest question they have is why? Why?
Yeah, but yeah, in the podcast I talked about that a lot. Not a lot, but I talked about that too. Because the podcast is really positive about most things actually. Um, uh, in Norway, I can't remember what they call it, but there's a system. Basically, it's voluntarily, I think, that are meant to help people like
Yeah,
truck drivers
yeah,
experiencing bad, not just suicidal people, but any kind of accidents. And their main purpose almost is like to put them back in the truck and drive, because some of them mentally, if they
oh
don't go back in the truck,
yeah.
something happens. So either if it's just an accident, driving off the road, tilting over or something, get back on the road as soon as you can.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'd say about 85% of the drivers I know, my age, 60,
Mm.
and the older ones too, we've all had our incidences. I mean, I've turned a truck over myself, Stuff happens,
Mm.
and it's a little hard to get back, quote unquote, back in the saddle and do
Mm.
it. But when you figure out what happened, even if it was your fault
Mm.
or it was just circumstances you couldn't control, like I said, about 85% of us, yeah, we get back in. All right, we deal with it,
Mm.
no problem, and eventually, you get over it. Okay. The difference is, and like I said, I know three guys that
Mm.
happened to, and I've heard plenty of other stories. It's when somebody intentionally commits suicide by hitting a truck.
Mm.
That's one of the biggest things that I've noticed, that a lot of the drivers, that's why I
Mm.
said the biggest question they have is why? Why would you do that? And there's nothing they can do to fix it.
No,
And
no.
it's all psychological. And all
Yeah.
three of those drivers that I know personally, they stopped
Uh,
driving. They couldn't
okay.
deal with it.
Uh, uh,
Now
uh.
I also know several other drivers that got into accidents and people died,
Yeah.
but they were able to deal with that because that was an accident.
Mm.
That was not an on purpose.
Well,
They
I see
can
it, and
they can deal with it. It's a different psychological
of
deal.
course, yeah, and that's I don't mean to use the word funny, but we in our it's the same word. It's
Ironic.
yeah, ironic,
Ironic.
because there's nothing more how should I put it? There's nothing less personal about the driver of the car hitting that truck driver.
Right.
It's
It's
so
the
it's
intent.
the complete opposite of personal. It's just a truck and the size of it, or the circumstances, or whatever. It's not intentional to harm any people at all. And of course, the truck driver doesn't feel it the same way
No.
at all. Of course.
No.
Again, the eye, as I heard on the podcast with the eye contact and stuff, it's fucking mental, as they say in
Yeah.
Britain.
Yeah, exactly. It is, and
Mm.
it's wild.
Mm.
And again, this is my life. This is what I've been doing for a living for a long time.
Mm.
And honest to God, I don't think anything about it. I'm not special. There's
No,
plenty
no,
of
no,
people
no.
out here that do it, but it does make for interesting stories, and that's my point. When you were talking about your little hometown and people you talk to and talk about things, Eric,
Mm.
if you get a chance, make those videos. Go
Yeah,
ahead and
but
post them.
the funny thing is, as I said, the story really happens, or not happens, but it started from here.
Yeah,
But the museums, they are in the main the capital, Oslo.
you don't have to show everything. Tell the backstory. That's
Yeah, I can
you
just stand
you know yeah.
in my
You know what I'm
in
saying?
my at my dorm,
Everybody,
and just tell it, but it would be so much more.
it might
Um,
be, but look, all the big channels, all the major channels, all the newsprints, everything like that, they already tell the museum stories. They already tell all that. What people like me,
mm,
especially from a different country, and especially America, we want to hear the homegrown. We want to hear
yeah, but again,
the
we
little
wasn't
stuff.
taught that good at school, so I learn more now at the museum than I was
As you
taught in school.
learn, as you learn about it, put it out
Yeah,
there. And say, hey, this is what we were taught. A little bit. This is what I found out. And
yeah,
this is from where I grew up.
I
I
catch your drift.
you know I know the daughter. I know the granddaughter of the people that were involved. They still live. I just met them, but now I know them. They're physical, they're real, they're tangible. That's the interesting part, and that's the part about the internet that I love. That
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can get these little stories from real people. Uh,
Mhm.
Basically, they grow up, and yeah, you'll never hear their name or anything in the newspaper or on the news or anything, but they heard the stories. They knew the people. They grew up with them. And now they can tell us about it. Their stories, how they actually felt, what they thought about it. You know, not all the media bullshit, but the
No,
real down to earth person, who they were before, during, and
I,
after the event.
I know what you mean. The only exception is this story I watched on this museum is too old. So the people living now have no connection with the actual people.
Oh, I know. I understand.
It's late 1800s and start of the 19 or yeah 20th century, as you call it.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. I don't think there. I have heard, um, and he's quite known actually. Thor Heyerdahl, or
Oh,
Thor Heyerdahl or something.
yeah. Thor Heiderdal. Yes, I've
Yeah, I
read his
heard of
book,
him.
The Kon Tiki, and
Yes,
everything. Yes. Oh
he's
my
from
God.
Larvik, where I grew up.
Oh my
That's
God. You see, yeah,
that's weird.
I grew up reading his
Yeah,
books and everything
yeah.
about how he was exploring and everything. And
He was not actually
yes,
exploring. He was actually
well, he was trying
proving.
to prove, yes,
Yes.
that yes, they went from east to west or from west
Hmm.
to east instead of anyway, yes. Oh my God, I love that. And they do have old videos, well, they were old movies and everything of him
Yeah,
actually doing
yeah.
that.
They
And
did. He did
that was
actually
right.
also film on
Yes.
Kontiki.
Yes.
Quite
Yes. My
amazing,
God,
actually.
yes. It was.
Actually, compared to what technology was like here at the time, it was freaking marvelous,
Yeah,
to
and I
say it like
mean,
this.
we look at the technology he used back then, the
Yeah,
radios
yeah,
and everything else, and we're like, man, that's antiquated. Back in his day, that was state of the art.
absolutely,
That was
and
awesome.
expensive.
Yes.
Way too much for him. So he
Yep.
was quite good at collecting money or
Yeah.
investors.
Yeah. And he was doing this all with reed boats. All the
Yeah,
boats, everything, all the craft that he made, because he did too.
yeah,
Um,
amazing.
and they were made out of reeds.
Have you seen the remake 10, 15 years ago?
No, no, sir, no.
I have not actually seen the original, but the remake is quite good, and of course it's more with yeah, like a real movie.
Oh my
Um,
God, yeah, no. See, I read the books.
yeah,
I read everything I could get my hands on from him. And the only
cool.
reason, I mean, I'll be honest with you, the only reason why I even know there were any films or anything, I mean, actual historical ones, is again through the internet. I was
Yeah.
like, this is wild. I mean, I was like 50 years ago, I read this shit.
Mhm. It's quite amazing. And yeah. Again, at the remake, they of course made it clearer how actually um,
Accurate.
yeah, it was accurate, of course, but they found out that I can't remember which, if it was Contiki or which one, but the timber actually soaked water.
Yes, yes, it did.
and
And it
they
was
pulled
falling
off
apart. Yep,
pieces of the wood and dropped it in the sea, and it just
yep,
disappeared.
yep,
It wasn't
yep,
floating at all.
yep, yep,
Then it was in the middle of the Atlantic.
yep. Oh my God, yes. Give
Crazy people.
give me 1 second here, Eric. If you got something to
Yeah,
talk about, just babble on, because
I
I
don't
had
have that
six.
much, but
Well, I had 4 beers while I was talking to you. I got to get rid of at least one of them. So, so yeah,
go
just
ahead.
hold the spot for me for a minute.
I'll try. I'll do my best. So okay, I can just fill in talking about Kon-Tiki, Thor Heyerdahl. There's quite a few reaction videos about um, this Norwegian comedy group, 3 people called translated Fast Men, Raske Men, which made a truly fascinating sketch about the world in the world history in 5 minutes, and there Thor Heyerdahl shows up several times saying, "Hello, I just arrived with my brand new boat, Kon-Tiki." Yeah, that's that's a theme. The sketch is already 15, soon 20 years old, but it lingers on, I think. So anyway, your host is back in any minute. I'm watching the comments, so if there's anyone watching, put a comment.
All right.
And here he is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. The
Oh,
the
why are you
shed.
sorry?
Well, the shed does not have a bathroom. Never has.
Oh, I don't
So
think you should be sorry. Anyway, I just you inspired me to keep the audience. Yeah, I got a comment even. Good job,
yes,
Eric.
awesome, buddy.
But you didn't catch the story, so I have to tell it again. There's a comedy group back 15 or 20 years ago the joke wasn't about Thor Heyerdahl, but he kind of made the theme. Um, they were called Fast Men, if you translate it, Raske Men. And they even, this getting complicated. But when I grew up, we had Norwegian television, the national television that we all paid for,
Yep.
not commercial. And there was the Swedish television, which also not commercial. So while growing up, we had Norwegian children TV from I don't know 6:30, 5:30, something, half an hour. And if you were fast, you can just click out to Sweden and watch the second children's show.
Okay.
So we learned a lot of Swedish. So the same group of people, 3 guys, also called Snabbgrabbar, which is Swedish.
Okay.
Anyway, they had this sketch which were called the world history in 5 minutes, and the theme kind of is that they bump into this Thor Heyerdahl several times. And he had this. He was a spokesman. He was quite good in English, actually, but still quite Norwegian accent and stuff. So, so they joke around with that to dump into his expedition, or what you call it, and Thor Heyerdahl goes, "Hello, I just arrived by fantastic boat, Kon-Tiki."
Oh my God. Yeah.
And that just keeps on hitting the story out time after time. Quite funny.
Oh.
And there's also several reaction videos out there on the internet now, or YouTube's, where British people and several others react to that movie or video. So it's possible for you to kind of understand and watch too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look that up, buddy. Like I said, I was enthralled by the book Kon-Tiki.
Mhm.
And then the other one he made, which Kon-Tiki was basically just a raft. It was a
Mhm.
flat raft.
Mhm.
And then he had another one. It was named after one of the
Yep. I'm
oh
trying
my
to
god,
figure it out the name.
one of the gods. You know, I can't think of the name.
Me neither.
And it looked more like an actual boat. You know,
Yeah,
had the
bambus
bow
or
on it
something.
and everything. What's that, sir?
Bambus or something.
Yeah, God, I don't remember. I
I
don't
should really
remember.
remember. I was there 1 month ago.
But that was amazing what he did, and he showed he actually did show it could be done. What stopped him was World War II. He did Kon-Tiki right as World
Yeah,
War
but
II was
yeah,
kicking
right
up.
after 47 or something, when my
Yeah,
mom was born, actually.
and yeah, God, yeah. He was stopped, and I
Tigris. Tigris. What's the other ship?
yeah, I don't. And see, I don't have my phone, so I can't look it up on Google.
No, no, no. But I was scrolling. Tigris. Tigris, or
Oh,
what you call it.
Tigris.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yep. I I have no idea. So yeah, I just thought it was that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was
And again,
incredible.
like I mentioned with the other explorer, now I remember the name, Roald Amundsen, Norwegian guy as well. Great, because he was a real explorer. Again, at especially at the North Pole, um, maybe also South Pole. I don't recall actually. Um, and he had also a crew member from, or several crew members from other countries, Great Britain and so on. They were real explorers.
Yes, sir.
Tor Eiral was more like a proof provider or something. I don't know what to call him.
Well, he was just trying to prove that it was possible
Yeah, before
to go
Napoleon.
yeah, to go in the opposite direction of what to settle these lands, to go in the
Mm.
opposite direction than what is normally taught. And he
Mm,
was like,
mm.
well, if you look at it, it makes more sense that the ancestors of these people started from the islands and went to the mainland. Well, how'd they
Mm.
get on the islands? Well, they could have come from over here. They could have gone left to right instead of right to left,
Yeah,
or
he was kind
whatever
of
it
proving
was.
the streams as well,
Yeah,
I think. Not just that it was possible, or how the technique was, but he was kind of proving the streams in the sea.
right, right. He did the currents and
Mm,
everything.
mm,
Yes,
mm,
sir. But hey, Eric,
mm.
the wife is up. She's hungry. I have got to kill this live stream, dude, and I got to
No
go make her
problem.
some dinner.
No problem.
But man, I appreciate talking to you. And like I said, dude, all that history from your quote unquote little town and everything,
Yeah.
man, that they would make great videos.
Yeah, I have
Research
to.
some so that you can make a little bit of a story and go, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about, and this is where people came from. And if you can track down anyone that's related, whether they remember, the stories or not, they have to. They have got to
Yeah,
heard it,
the
hear it.
problem is again that the stories are too old. So actually, in my job, we have this guy called Archer,
Hmm.
which is a grandson, I think, of this Colin Archer, which built the boats.
Right. Even
So
that right there
he
is
have not met his this great history or these great names in history. He haven't met them. He's
It,
just
it,
offspring, or what you call it.
right. It really doesn't
He
matter.
he's a plumber.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. You got to realize my folks were born in the early 1900s. On my father's side, I never met my grandfather. On my mother's
Hmm.
side, I never met my grandfather.
Hmm.
Um, the women outlived the men,
Hmm.
and I only met and only knew both my maternal and my paternal grandmothers up until I was about 3 to 6 years old. And they
Hmm.
were born in the 1800s too. So
Uh,
this is 60 years later. I understand if the great grandchildren of these famous people don't never knew them, but still, I've heard stories that have been passed down, from
hmm.
my family, how true they are, how embellished they are, and what
Of course.
details are left out. I can't tell you because none of what they did was made the mainstream media or even the
No,
newspapers back then, but they were still just interesting stories that were
I think
passed
you know
down
what you're
to
getting
how life
at.
was.
I think in that's to compare, or what I should call it, that the stories. I should have asked my grandfather, my father's father, more than I did before he died 13 years ago. But I
Yeah,
didn't. Anyway, I think what you mean is those stories.
yeah, right, exactly.
When it comes to Thor Heyerdahl and Colin Archer, it's there's so much books and stuff on it
Yeah,
that I don't
well,
think the children or their
no,
children can actually provide something.
right. Nobody reads books
And
anymore.
I have no idea where they are, except for this one customer of our job, which is grandson
Yeah, well,
or something.
that's somebody that might be interesting just to sit down, have a couple beers with, and listen to the
Yeah.
stories. And if you can't record them, at least remember them, write them down, and
Yeah.
then tell them.
I
This is history, personal
I
history.
I am actually considering kind of going back to the museum because I know you are supposed to go back to TOF. Of course, I don't want to hold you back, but what made a really impact on me was going to this museum of this. It's called Fram, which is the name, also FREAM, Fram.
Okay.
This boat that went to North Pole and was, as I said, lifted up by the ice, and they was stranded there for months. This actual ship was dragged onto the dry land, and they built a museum around it afterwards.
Oh, no kidding.
And then you can walk onto the ship on
Yeah.
the deck, on the top. You can watch some provisoric electric, like the windmill, like they make nowadays, and
Okay. Yeah.
European politicians are crazy about. And you can also fucking go. Sorry, the swearing. You
That's
can
all right.
fucking go inside
Oh
and
yeah.
walk through the I don't know the ship terms in English,
Right.
bysse, and where they make the food, and you can go by the table where they ate, and you can see the plates where the names are, and you can see each or every cabin where they slept. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. That is awesome, dude. That
And
is
and,
awesome.
and again, I was contemplating whether to record or not, but I chose to just grasp it myself when I
Right.
was there.
I
Yeah,
understand that you have to do that first because then if you go back, you can appreciate, you can make the videos, and
yeah.
what to spend time on instead of just standing there
Yeah.
wide eyed going,
The,
wow,
the
this is
time would be on the
overwhelming.
ship. There's too
Yes.
many plaques and stories and requisites, objects
Yeah.
around in stands around all the way in 3 stories around the ship.
Well, you can make more than
Too
one
fucking
video.
much.
You
Yeah.
know, you don't have you can video it all at once and then edit it and bring it down into 5 or 6, a series of videos.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, sir.
Actually, I thought while going around in the ship, I thought that somebody had done this before.
Well, it don't matter. Do it again. Do it yourself. You have a different following than that person does. That's all you
Mhm.
have to think about. But look, buddy, I got to go.
You
The
got to
wife
go,
is
of
calling
course.
me.
No problem.
All right. And
It's been fun.
my God, yes, Eric. I always love having you come on, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got to end this, guys.
I thank
Thank
you
you
too.
all.
So
I
yeah,
hope people watch this and hear what you have to say, sir. Make some videos. You have a good
I'll
one,
try.
buddy.
I'll
I
try.
I gotta go. The wife is gonna kill
Yeah.
me if I don't. I
Take care.
wanna live for the rest of the week at least anyway. So you all take care. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Bye bye.